so glad you found my channel, Sweet Uniquities, where everything I do here is always sweet and custom for an event, making it a true uniquity. Today we're going to be doing something very festive and super simple for Christmas. So let's jump into today's project. So for today's video, I thought it would be great to give you a quick and easy way to add some Christmas spirit to your baked goods. And I have decided that the word that will describe that is holidify, a word I've made up, and I think that it means to add holiday to your baked goods. So a new word from Sweet Uniquities, holidify. So we're gonna holidify some cupcakes, and as I was thinking through this, I had another idea that I hadn't really ever seen before, and so I thought it might be fun to do too. So we're gonna do some cupcakes, and then we're gonna do a cheesecake. So let's jump into today's project. So I've started this project by adding some almond bark to a microwave safe bowl, and I am assuming most of you have worked with almond bark, but if you haven't, you can get it at your grocery store in the baking aisle. It comes also in a chocolate, and it's a great and inexpensive way to add a coating, like a white chocolate or a chocolate coating-esque. It's not real chocolate, but to like pretzels and peanuts and raisins and all sorts of yummy things for snacks and such. And so I've put 4 blocks in a bowl. I'm gonna follow the directions, I'm gonna melt it, and then we're gonna get started on the fun stuff. So my almond bark is all melted, and you can also use the white melty wafers for this project as well if you have those. The almond bark is a lot more economical if you're going to be doing a lot of something like that, so just keep that in mind, but use whichever one you want. But here I have a bunch of different types of little holiday decorations, and I wanted to tell you about this. Last year, and you can go to your Wal-Mart and you can ask them if they sell bags of like decorations, little sprinkles. And this would normally be, and look, I mean seriously, that is a lot. This would normally be, it says a dollar. I got it after Christmas for 29 cents out by their bakery. And just to put that in perspective, like this bottle of little sugar pearls was $2.50. And I got a lot more, well, for 29 cents for sure. But sometimes you can ask, bakeries, if you have, if you're, Schnucks or ShopRite or Deerbergs or wherever you're at, do you sell any, sugar sprinkles or anything? And you might be able to save some money on some holiday sprinkles, but feel free to use whatever you have. I have lots of different shapes here. I picked up these at a local craft store this year, and I thought they were so pretty, but I don't want the lime green for this project, so I pulled out the lime green and put them back in, and so I'm left with the more traditional Christmas colors. So you can do that. Don't be bound by what's actually in the bottle. If it's big enough for you to separate, feel free to separate. And then as I was looking at these, the little white ones look like medication, so just be careful that you don't accidentally throw your high blood pressure pills on this project, because that would be bad. So anyway, so let's get started on the fun stuff. So I made this earlier, and basically it's just kind of a block of the white almond bark, and then I've added the sprinkles to it, so looks really, really pretty. And then I also did some little small individual, like, I want to call them smears. So like little smears, and then I added sprinkles to them. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna do one other thing that I was thinking might be fun. So to do the little individual cupcake toppers, just kinda, you don't want them too thin, because if they're too thin, they break, they become too fragile. So however you want to do it, it's good to use even a plastic spoon for this. And I'm using this fantastic parchment paper that I got at the Dollar Tree. If you watched my Dollar Tree video, you saw that. I'll link that down below. There's some great things at the Dollar Tree, but that's really all you do is just, make your little design And then you don't want to put sprinkles on it right away because the sprinkles, especially the bigger ones, will kind of sink down. So let it kind of cool just a little bit. The small ones are fine. You can go ahead and add those. But the thicker ones, you probably just want to wait a few, like maybe 20 to 30 seconds before you add it. You wait too long, then there's going to be no sticking power. But you do it too fast, then it all sinks down to the bottom. So that's all you do. I mean, it's not hard, but the return on investment, once you see these on the cupcakes, you're gonna be like, that's really pretty. And that was easy. So, all right, so what I'm gonna do now, since you probably got the idea of that, I'm gonna show you what came to me as I was driving around. I drive a lot for work and have a lot of time to think. So this came to me, I'm like, this might be a really cool thing. So let me show you the next project. So I got to thinking, why can't we decorate other things besides your typical cakes and your cupcakes with the same concept? And so I picked up a small little cheesecake at my grocery store. My husband loves cheesecake. We don't need to eat a lot of cheesecake. It's just us until the kids come home from college. So picked up a little cheesecake. I happen to have a cake pan that's basically the same diameter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace this on some parchment paper. Okay. So I have my circle, but I'm going to turn it over so the food is not touching the ink. And I'm going to move these little shards. Move you over here. Okay. And then I'm gonna use my white chocolate, and keep in mind this is it's not right out of the microwave, but it's still, there's still movement to it. So this is what I'm gonna do. You don't want it too hot because then it will be too runny. So we're gonna just try this because this is my first time. So put some in the middle of your circle. And then carefully push it towards the edge, but don't get too close to the edge, okay? And we don't want it too thin, so just kind of, you'll have to eyeball it, but just kind of add more and kind of work it towards the edge. So far, I think this is working great. Now it gets scary because I'm getting close to the edge and I don't want to cross the line. It's great to color outside the lines, but when you're doing this, I'd like to kind of stay in it. So I'm not going to go all the way to the edge, but we are close, and it looks like I have a pretty decent circle, and it doesn't appear to be too, kind of do that in the middle. It doesn't appear to be too thin. So now I'm going to add some of the candies. Now, when I add the candies, it could spread a little bit, and that's okay, but just be advised that that could happen, okay? So I'm gonna wash my hands because I have chocolate on them now, and then I'm gonna come back and add some sprinkles. So now I'm just gonna decorate the top, and this will be the topper for my cheesecake. I think it's gonna be a really sweet idea. So tell me about Christmas at your house growing up. What are some of your favorite memories? What are some of the things, the traditions that you all share? I'll tell you, the one year I was probably 12, and that's when the Atari was out, and I wanted an Atari so badly. And I had asked for one. I knew it was a stretch, but I asked anyway because you never know, Santa can deliver. And under the tree, there was a box, and it was wrapped, and it seemed like what I would think an Atari would look like. It was a big square box, and I was like, oh my gosh, Santa brought me an Atari. Well, I opened it up, and it wasn't an Atari. It was a Chinese wok. And Santa had heard that I had recently developed a love for Chinese food and thought that it would be great for me to learn how to cook my own Chinese food. So as a 12-year-old, I received a wok, which was fun, but it wasn't an Atari, but you know, whatever, that's okay. Oh, just kidding. Anyway, Christmas was always fun. Santa was always very good to me, but that year it would have been nice to have the Atari. So anyway, I think that this looks perfect. I'm going to stop there, and we are going to let it chill. Now, I probably should have put a rack under it, and I will show you how to do this. At the Dollar Tree, the splatter guards, put that under there, and then that way I can move it if I want to. Let me show you, I'll be right back. So I would advise, before you do this project, if you need to move it out of your way, that you put the splatter guard or maybe a pizza like pan underneath this before you do it, so that you can move it easily. I'm not gonna take a chance and put this under there. It probably would be fine. I don't need to move it, it'll be fine. I'm gonna put the cheesecake back in the refrigerator so it stays nice and cold. I'm gonna clean up the rest of this mess, and then in probably 20 minutes or so, when this is hard, I will show you how great this looks, because I don't even know. It'll be my first time with this too. Also, I'm gonna ice some cupcakes, and we're gonna throw those shards on there. And then I'm also gonna show you how to use this on your cupcakes. And when I say shards, I really mean what we're gonna do with this. So give me just a few minutes, and we'll be back to finish the project. All right, so I've got my cupcakes iced, and the toppers are hard, and you can throw them in the refrigerator. However, I just did mine on the countertop. My refrigerator is full because my kids are getting ready to come home from college, and I went to the grocery store, and it was really the first time I'd been to the grocery store and really bought groceries for, like, you know, since August. So anyway, college kids without food are grumpy. So anyway, so I am excited to show you how easy these peel off. So for the little, they're actually already coming off. For these little guys, they just peel right off. Just kind of put your hand behind the paper and separate it. So super cute. And then for the topper that I made for the cheesecake, show you just kind of pull the paper away from the back, and look at that perfect little circle. I'm so excited how cute it is. So I have a little bit of buttercream. You could use some additional melted wafers or almond bark if you don't have buttercream, but I'm just gonna put a little dollop in the middle so that it has something to hold on to. And I might need a little bit more. I'll put a little bit more. More is more, especially Christmas. Aw, look at that. Isn't that so cute? I'm really excited about that. So it just kind of decorates up the cheesecake. And when you go to cut it, you can either leave it on, or you can take it off and cut it and then break up the little circle and serve little pieces with the cake. All right, so for the cupcakes, just iced some cupcakes here, and I actually at TJ Maxx picked up these cute little, they're called Simply Baked, they're paper baking cups. I didn't bake my cupcakes in these. I'm guessing, I guess you can. Yeah, you can, but I was worried about that. But anyway, I went ahead and just set them down in the little papers after they were cool, and then you can ice them with the cake inside. I also picked up the larger size, and they are going to be perfect for jumbo size cupcakes. So depending on the size of the cupcake, they do have 2 different sizes, and they had several different styles and colors, but I thought these red ones would be really cute with the confetti that I had, you know, was gonna put on here. So all you do is just, you know, put your little guy in there, and you have a decorated cupcake that was super simple. Now, if you want to do like a big piece and then just break it up, I call this shard. So you just kind of break it, and you get like, you know, uneven pieces. So it kind of is maybe a little more interesting because, you know, you've got the raw edge, but just break it into some little small pieces. There you go. And then you just, you know, stick them in there. But however you want to do it, if you want to do the little, you know, ones that are more perfect, or if you want to shard away, feel free, however you want to do it. These shards are great in cakes as well. And I'm going to be doing some cakes soon that we'll be doing some stuff kind of like this. But I just think that turned out really cute. Look how cute that shard is on there. Just some really visually interesting stuff. So that's what I have for you today. Merry Christmas. From sweet uniquities to yours. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. We are going to do a Winter Wonderland theme cake. So anyway, look forward to seeing you very soon.